Hey everyone, welcome back to PokeMarketLab. This is a new series I'm going to do every Wednesday. This is going to be a midweek market update where we just look at what's up, what's down in the market, and see if there's anything of interest that we can leverage some money on here. First thing I want to talk about is our MVP of the day. This is Paldean Fate's Elite Trainer box. This is the regular Elite Trainer box. I've been yelling from whatever building I can get atop of that this is a fantastic specialty set. And the market's starting to realize that here. These are starting to drive up in price. These are $72 a pop here on TCG Player. These are actually still available for about MSRP at Target, so good opportunity, at least at the time of recording this video. So still a little bit of an opportunity to pick up at MSRP, but these are going to continue to run up. It's a fantastic set. It's got a good promo inside of it with that shiny Mimikyu. Great box design, and we can see here we got that Mew up top, the Charizard EX, the Gardevoir, Iono. We got the baby shinies here. That baby shiny Pikachu and Charmander are awesome. It has a little bit for everyone, and the market's starting to realize it here. So don't go off a TCG Player. Go out there and get it for retail. We'll still probably see these for retail during Black Friday, but these are going to continue to dry up. Probably a likely candidate for a future reprint. So don't chase the $72. I wouldn't pay anything more than MSRP at $50 a pop. Paradox Rift. I've talked about this one before. This is still a fantastic opportunity on a good mid-tier. I'd say it's a notch above mid-tier set. For Scarlet and Violet, boxes are still very much flat, but they are starting to dry up with only 300 here on TCG Player. So this is a fantastic opportunity if you get in, even at about $100, $105 a box. A good opportunity potential during Black Friday. See if you can pick these up for even less. But even right now, right on TCG Player, it's a good buy. Again, solid set. And those are going to continue to dry up. For reference, Stellar Crown, there's over 1,000 boxes on TCG Player right now. So 300 for a set that's been out for a little bit. That's about right. And I would suspect the market's going to turn upward on this one as it sees that opportunity and sees it's still a really cheap price. And it's going to start to move up. Twilight Masquerade, we've seen a little bit of a pullback here, about 5% down in the last 30 days as everyone focuses on Surging Sparks and Prismatic Evolutions. Still a great buy. It's under MSRP, so this is, I still think this is a good opportunity, especially if you can leverage TikTok coupons. I doubt you're going to see it for retail less than this at this point, just given it is a fantastic set with that Greninja, which keeps climbing. Less than 200 of these on the market here, so it's only a matter of time before this starts to run up. I would suspect this to get a reprint at some point here. This has sold over 6,000 boxes on TCG Player, which off the top of my head, I think is the largest one-year volume of sold booster boxes. So this is, I don't think you're going to get it much cheaper than this. If you can, I would snag it up. I wouldn't chase it as it goes up because it is a candidate for a reprint in the future, but we've seen what happens with reprints. We saw this with Paldea Evolved. Reprints come in, bring the price down a little bit. Maybe there's some people waiting on the wings with money, waiting for that price to drip a little bit, and they just come flooding in. It's a solid set. This was very much a turning point in Scarlet and Violet era. So anything I think under the 150 price point's a good pickup. And again, I don't suspect this 5% decrease isn't much anyway, but I suspect this will continue to run up again. Less than 200 boxes here on TCG Player. And again, this is that Greninja, just keeps going up, a good 5% bump in the last month. Very low availability here on TCG Player. Sell-throughs looking decent, so beautiful card. Definitely and we thought this was going to be the king for Scarlet and Violet Chase, but it was quickly dethroned by the Surging Sparks Pikachu SIR. Temporal Forces, the market's definitely starting to see this one for what it is, which again is a great notch above mid-tier set for Scarlet and Violet. Has done very well since its release. Again, that is higher than the Paradox Rift. 6,800 boxes sold in the last year. Good solid set. This one's run up a little bit, $130. So again, people are kind of that spillover effect to talk about, where price kind of hits an emotional trigger in terms of the price ceiling, and then that starts to spill over. People start looking for cheaper options to put their money. So again, as Temporal Forces starts to rise, some of these other sets start to rise. That money's gonna spill over to things like Paradox Rift. But Temporal is a fantastic set. Good pickup. Again, another reprint candidate likely in the future. So, we talk about all these reprint candidates in Scarlet and Violet. So what's going to happen is at some point, you know, you got huge new sets coming out that are pushing the boundaries in terms of pre-orders, pre-order pricing, and then they continue to rise post-release, and it's drawing up the market, which creates an automatic reprint candidate. So you got multiple sets in Scarlet and Violet, including specialty sets now that need a reprint. So at some point, and this is probably good for a new video here at some point, there's only so much print bandwidth. So something's going to have to give as Pokemon Company tries to catch up. What I hope doesn't happen is that COVID era frenzy where they just start overprinting everything because they're trying to hit that demand. So hopefully these reprints are reserved, meaning most of the product goes into ancillary products like ETBs, like other things where, you know, it's just harder. It doesn't flood the market as easily, doesn't bring that pack price down, that singles price down like booster boxes do. So hopefully it's a small number of booster boxes and lots of that other ancillary product stuff. But again, you got now 3 or 4 sets in Scarlet and Violet that need a reprint, so they may not all get the attention that they need, or that they can take. So again, I wouldn't worry about the rug getting pulled out from underneath you on any one of these sets. Pelty Evolved kind of holding flat. Again, we had that reprint here, and it really didn't touch the market. It really didn't touch this set whatsoever. I just don't think it's a top tier set. I think at the time, you know, in the context of the sets that it was next to, like an Obsidian Flames and such, and Scarlet and Violet base, yeah, it was good, right? The market was looking for something good in Scarlet and Violet. In the context of a Temporal Forces, a Surging Sparks, a Twilight Masquerade, I don't think it holds a candle to them. I really don't. It's an okay set. I'm not buying 130. We'll put it that way. I got a couple boxes. I got them around $100 a box, but I think that's about it for me for this one. Silver Tempest, I talked about this one in my Sword and Shield update video. This is still available on the Pokemon Center, starting to dry up here on TCG Player. Again, and people are looking for cheaper, decent sets from Sword and Shield, and this certainly is a great middle-of-the-road set from Sword and Shield. So I think that's why we're starting to see, you know, a little bit of uptake in price, nothing crazy. I think the volume is volume's been okay. It's been consistent, but again, that you know, being available on the Pokemon Center website for MSRP is certainly slowing things down here. But it's only a matter of time before Pokemon Center dries up, and then this starts to run up further. So if you're looking to buy some good Sword and Shield for under $200 a pop, I would go for something like this versus a Darkness Ablaze or a Battle Styles. Quick look. We talked about this. We've kind of beaten the dead horse about Prismatic Evolutions. We're starting to see some more big box stores come to market here, or I'm sorry, put their pre-orders up, kind of coming in and out of stock. The frenzy is still there, and it's going to be there. But I think if you can time things correctly, I still think you can get MSRP, and that's what I would pay. I'd pay that $50, maybe $55 a pop for these. I would not chase these up. We've already seen the price kind of come down a little bit as we're starting to see other pre-orders. We're going to continue to see pre-orders. If you're waiting for below MSRP, I think you're mistaken. I think you're going to miss out if you're expecting to hit $40 a pop. That's obviously your decision and your calculus. If you draw that line in the sand and don't want to cross it, 100% agree. I 100% understand where you're coming from. I just think you'll have to miss out. If you're okay spending and paying MSRP, I think that's what I would shoot for right now, is paying MSRP. So again, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, those pre-orders that pop up, those are going to be one you want to go after. If we see those dry up quickly, and there's nothing here in the next week or two to kind of calm that market down in terms of volume or pre-orders, then we're going to see things run up even further. I got one of my distro contacts today on some of the ancillary products, the booster bundles, the poster collections and things like that. The allocations are bad, really bad. So again, that doesn't mean it's short printed. It just means the demand is high, so there's less available for folks. So quick update on Surging Sparks booster boxes, holding up nicely at $200 here. 99 listings on TCG Player, but 300 boxes listed. So that tells me that this is mostly individuals selling on TCG Player. Probably no big walls in terms of big box stores or anything like that. You're going to have an average of about 3 boxes listed per listing. So this is holding up really nicely. And the only headwind it has really is Prismatic Evolutions, but this is holding up fantastically. Singles are doing very well. The singles are coming down, but that's to be expected. This product's just a couple weeks old here, so singles are going to come down regardless. but this is holding up beautifully and should continue to hold up. I think my guess is once it hits that $200 mark, it's going to keep climbing up, possibly 300 by January, by the end of January, by February maybe. And I think once it hits 200, we don't see below 200 again until maybe we see a reprint. A couple quick singles takes here. This Pikachu EX Hyper Rare from Surging Sparks is doing wonderfully. It's actually had a really nice run up here and is holding up really well. Only 60 listings on TCG Player, so people are buying this up pretty quickly. This one has held up nicely since release. Received very little downtick here, considering most singles usually tank after release, so holding up really nicely. Another product I wanted to show is from Sword and Shield. This is the EV Evolutions Premium Collection. I featured this before. This was an exclusive to GameStop, and I just wanted to show this. It's a fantastic product. It's run up. These were available for like $35-$40 at GameStop. So if you have these, it's a great time to put them up, and only 19 of these available on TCG Player, but this is going to hold up nicely long term. It's a good looking box. It obviously has Sword and Shield product in it. It's got Evolutions cards in it, so it's checking a ton of different boxes here. I was surprised to check up on the Arceus V-Star Ultra Premium Collection. This thing has done very well. Another GameStop product that was around for under $100 fairly easily, and it's almost doubled here. It's, again, anything Sword and Shield is going to continue to go up, but this is done very, very nice. I was seeing these, top shelf at GameStop by the half dozen pretty consistently at GameStop stores not too long ago, so it's done very, very well. Paldea Evolved Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes doing very well. Again, I think most earlier Scarlet and Violet PC ETBs will do well. They seem to be short printed, and this one is no exception, doing extremely well. 2% last month, 30% gain in the last few months. There's definitely seems to be a run on PC ETBs. Like, the word is out about early Scarlet and Violet ETBs. We've seen Obsidian Flames run up as well. So yeah, same thing here. 151, less than 20 available on TCG Player, almost $150 a box. Beautiful promo on this one, the PC stamp promo. So that's going to continue to run up. We look at Sword and Shield Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. These are not holding up so well. They're not drying up super quick. The volume's kind of meh, and these are barely above release day pricing, so have not held up well. Same thing for the Fusion Strike Pokemon Center ETB. There's just not enough volume to really start drying them up to drive the price up, and this one's gone up a little bit, but again, I think these were always, I believe, $60 at release from the Pokemon Center. Look at Evolving Skies here. We can see sell volumes is still fairly consistent. This is a really expensive box. Again, I think when people are buying, when you're going to buy a product like this, you have to think $800 for one box. What is the upside potential of a box that's already climbed, that's almost 10x from its lows, versus your potential upside on even a Twilight Masquerade, on a Surging Sparks even. I'm not a buyer of Surging Sparks at $200, but I can recognize it's a fantastic set. And I mean, we have some really good cards here in Evolving Skies, but from an artwork standpoint, again, you can't tell me that a Prismatic Evolutions, a Paldean Fates, Twilight Masquerade, Surging Sparks, that those are half as good as this. No, as good. So this is, again, my money is not, I've not picked up, I own no boxes of Evolving Skies. I don't plan to. I think the upside potential, $800 is a case of almost anything except Surging Sparks from Scarlet and Violet, or even $200 boxes from Sword and Shield that have great age on them, that are drying up, that still have some upside potential. Let's put it this way: the next run up in Sword and Shield from a percentage standpoint is going to be in the other boxes like Fusion Strike and Lost Origin, not Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is going to continue to grow. It's going to be the best set of Sword and Shield forever, of course. But again, I'm thinking upside potential. I want things, unless you just want to have a box. You just want to have a box because it's going to be talked about for the rest of Pokemon history. Sure, if you're concerned about upside potential, I don't think this is it. Chilling Reign doing phenomenally, but very stagnant. That's kind of the the story with Sword and Shield. I just did a recent Sword and Shield update video, which I'll put a link to here. But again, very very stagnant, doing well. Boxes are slowly drying up, and that's what we want to see, right? Slowly drying up, price start to slowly increase. We have a 5% increase in the last month. That's what we want, and it's only a matter of time before Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet era boxes start to hit that $200 price point. We're already seeing that. And then people are gonna, you're gonna have another accumulation phase happen here in Sword and Shield, I think in the not too distant future. So if you love Sword and Shield, you got a little bit of money. I hate to chase prices, but I don't think this is a bad price for, what is easily top 3 sets in Sword and Shield. That's it. That's our midweek market update. Again, Paldean Fates is our MVP today. Phenomenal set. Still, I think it's undervalued. I think it was a hidden gem. And it's still available at MSRP, so I think that's to me is an easy pickup. I've seen these recently as last week for $40 from a reputable seller on TikTok. That's before coupons, so I think it's a great set. I think it checks all the boxes. It's cheap. It's MSRP still. It's got a great future. Boxes are drying up. You name it. So that is it for today. We're going to see you on the next one.